Hey y'all, it's me again, Valerie, and welcome back to my yarn room. Yay! Okay, I realized that yesterday at the end of the video that I was explaining how to do the cuff and the sleeve might have been a little bit confusing. So, I'm going to show you how to do the single crochet row along the edge of the top of the cuff. Hopefully. Alright, before I get started, I would like to invite anybody who hasn't already to hit that word subscribe. When you do, give us a thumbs up, share if you can, and leave me a comment. Love y'all's comments. So far, I ain't got not one nasty comment. And that's saying something for just a couple of days away from being a year on YouTube. I'm all the time hearing podcasters talk about that they really get some nasty comments and this, that, and the other. And I have, I guess, hit it lucky so far. Got some really sweet people on my channel. And I mean it. Y'all are so sweet. Alright, so you get your cuff as long as you need it. Now, I like my cuffs to be a little bit snug. So, I only did 25 rows of my ribbing. If you need yours to be a little bit bigger, by all means, do it. If you need yours to be a little bit smaller, by all means, do it. But your single crochets across the top here need to be at about double the amount of rows you have here, but it needs to end in an odd number for the pattern to work. Okay, so oh, hold on. I forgot my instructions. Alright, I'm back. Alright. You can count your rows and see, because like this one goes down, so that's 1. This one comes up, that's 2. So here's down, that's 3. Up is 4. So on and so forth. Alright, so we're going to go right here into this first one. Now, I didn't tie my yarn off or anything. And I'm going to put 1 single crochet in that first row. Then I'm going to come over here to the second row. And I'm going to go into the side of the second row. And I'm going to put 2 single crochets in it. And then I'm going to go here to this third row, which is down. And I'm going to put 2. And then I'm going to come here to this raised one. And I'm going to put 2. Alright, so that's 1 in the first one. And then 2, 2, 2. So this will be the 4th stitch that I'm going to put 2 in. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to go on until I count 15 rows that I'm putting 2 in. No, that ain't right. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is, I put 1 right there. I'm going to go on until I get to the halfway point, or just before the halfway point. And I'm going to just put 1 single crochet there. Okay? And then I'm going to go a little further. Well, I'd say right about here. And then I'm just going to put 1 single crochet there. And then the remainder, including the last stitch, I'm going to put 2. Okay, so we got 1 here. All these are 2. Okay, that was a down, so this is an up. What you want to do is you just space it out, if you're doing it the same size as mine, of where you put your 1s. And the only reason why you put 1s is to make it an odd number. Because if you just went along and you put 2 in every single one, well, it would be an even number. Alright, I've went a little ways, so now in this up right here, I'm just going to put 1. And then I'm going to continue a little ways of 2 in every single one, and I'm going to put 1. And then I'm going to finish it out with 2 in every single one. And that's all it is to doing the singles across the top of the cuff. And it will bow it out like this. That's fine. It'll straighten out. Alright, hold on just a second. Now I'm going to show you how to do the pocket on the front panels. Okay. This is my front panel. Okay. And you can see my pocket. But you can't see it on the outside. Because I sewed it from the back side. Okay. It's what you call an invisible pocket. Because it's sewed, when I put my hand in there and pull it, you can see I sewed it right there. But when it's laying flat, you don't see it. Other than that little gap right there at the top. But you put your hand down in, and here's your design. And here's the back side of your pocket. Now you can color coordinate your color to make sure that it just blends right in. Alright, let's see the back side. Now, all I did was I made a chain the same length that I made the chain to make the pocket hole. +1. because you need that turning chain. And I just did single crochets back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until I got the pocket down to where I wanted it. Then I put some, I left myself a really, really, really long tail. And I just went in right here, starting right here in the corner. And I just, I went through this way, then I came back this way, then through this way, back this way, through this way, back this way, all the way down that chain, making sure I don't skip any stitches. Once I got it all the way down, I tacked it real good here in the corner by just whip stitch, and then I just kind of whip stitched it through, but I only went through lightly on the pattern because I was using this dark blue and I didn't want it to show over here on this. And I think I did pretty good right there. So I just went through the back side of the pattern, but all the way through the pocket, and just kind of just whip stitched it down to all the way down to the bottom, and then started whip stitching it across the bottom, because that had my stitches, so I did one in each one, and just whip stitched it through, and then whip stitched it back up here and sewed in my end right here. And that's all it is to the pocket. Now, if you want, you can make a little flap to come down over, sew you a button on this right here. And this is an open weave, so then if you use the same pattern here for the flap, and then just button it into it. But you don't have to. Okay, now, hold on just a second, and I'm going to show you how to, while I've got this out, that right there is the top side of my front panel, and that is the top side of my back panel. You can tell right here. Now, what I did, let me get this all over this way. And yeah, I ain't sewed in any of my ends. So, excuse me, TT. I do that at the end of a project. Alright, what I did was, I just started over here on the side. And I did it the same way I did the top of the pocket. I went in, then I come back this way, then I went back this way, and then I went back this way, and then I went back this way, all the way across to the end. And the finished result is that right there. You can't really tell where one pattern ends and the other one begins. That right there is the seam between the two panels, the green and the blue. So, that's how I do that. Now, let me show you how to figure out how to put your sleeve on the side of your cardigan. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, this is my sleeve. And what I've done, I know that across the top edge of my sleeve, I had 47 stitches. Okay, well that's an odd number. If you did it the same way as I did. Okay, So I just found the middle stitch and stuck me a stitch marker in it. Okay. Now, if you didn't do the same number, it's okay. To do this pattern, you would have had to have had an odd number up at the top. So just count it up and figure where your middle stitch is and pin it. Alright, now let me show you how I'm going to figure out how to do the sleeve on the body. I'm going to do it just like this. I know because I had 47 stitches. This middle stitch right here is going to line up perfect right in the seam. Okay? So, I'm going to go down through here. And right here I have a cluster. I'm going to count that as a stitch. Well, right here I have that single crochet. Well, that's a stitch. Then I got a cluster, then a single, then a cluster, then a single, cluster, single. Each one of them is a stitch. And on this, well, I have my V-stitches. So, not counting that middle one, I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to line it up right here with the cluster. Then I'm going to go into the next stitch and line it up with the single crochet. And I'm going to go all the way down like that. I'm going to go over here to this side, and then I'm going to sew it down this way, all the way. Or, you could, you know that if you did the same count I did, you know that you've got 23 right here. You could, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then pull them two and start your sewing here and work it all the way down. And then work it all the way down this way. That would work too. So, whichever way you want to do it to make sure that it lines up. But my suggestion is to put some kind of piece of yarn, a stitch marker, something in that middle stitch to make sure that you're getting it right. Okay, once you got that, well, then it's easy to fold your sleeve in half, sew up the bottom side of it, and then continue sewing down the front panel and back panel of the body. Now, I will come on here tomorrow and show y'all what I'm going to do to edge up the front opening of the two panels and along the back of my neck. It's going to be just like the ribbing on the bottom. Except for it's not going to be as stretchy because it's not going to go this way. It's going to go this way. Alright, y'all. I guess I'll meet you back here in the next one for another grand adventure right here in Val's Yarn Room. I love each and every single one of y'all to pieces. Do something nice for somebody, even if it's just a smile. And got a couple of newbies, so wanted to give a personal shout out to y'all. Hey y'all, so glad y'all here joining me in Val's Yarn Room, or my yarn room, whatever. If I was y'all, I would go to the video that I labeled Special TGIFFW and Val's Picks Blanket. I think's what it's labeled. I know it says Special TGIFFW. I'm having a giveaway. And so far, only 11 people have entered the giveaway. So, I don't know. Maybe people don't like money. I mean, I'm sure it's not a lot of money, but hey, money is money. And if you're a yarny like me, you can always use money. Alright, well, that'll be all. Bye, y'all.